Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy June. I just wanted to pop on for a quick minute just to talk a little bit about the theme for the Coven for June, and also to do like a little walkthrough of the Coven guide. I haven't actually done this before, but I feel like it's probably like a helpful and worthwhile thing to do. So we're just going to try it out. So first of all, we made it to June. That's super exciting. If you haven't yet seen it already, there is the Sweary Tarot forecast for June is available on my website and up on Patreon. If you have any trouble accessing those, just feel free to reach out and let me know. We can try and figure it out. So yeah, this month we are going to be doing the theme of intuitive magic. I am super excited about this theme because intuition is one of those like stubborn, tricky things that I personally, as a person who experiences anxiety, can have a lot of issues with, specifically when it comes to things like telling the difference between what is my like inner guidance or my intuition and what is just that stubborn, shitty voice of anxiety and fear. So that's something we're going to explore this month. But also, as a side to that topic, we're going to be talking about intuitive magic, specifically in the sense of like how to use that in your practice and how to heighten your own practice to be something where you're actually using your intuition in order to create rituals and to create the magic in your own life. So I hope that all makes sense. I'm really excited, and I would love to hear from you guys all. Your experiences with intuition, because I think it can be really helpful if we all kind of share our experiences with intuition and like where we feel it, how we know what intuition is, experiences that we've had, because it can be helpful for some people to hear the variety of how this can work in action, because I think we can kind of get the sense that like all people would know, there'd be this green light that's telling us, yes, this is our intuition. But in reality, we are all different people with all different personalities, all different life experiences, all different worldviews. And so from person to person, this may vary dramatically. And sometimes in hearing those stories, it can be helpful for us to really connect to our own, because we can recognize that maybe it works this way for another person, and that sounds so unusual as compared to with what we normally hear. So then we can kind of feel empowered to trust our own unique guidance as well. So I'm just going to pull up the Coven guide here. It would be really cool if I could like figure out one of those things where you can like show your screen, but we're just not there yet. So in the June theme package, which can be found here in the group in the file section, or it can be found on my website in the gated member area, there is a section called Themes and Guides where you can download it there as well. So the first page is basically just all about the theme, kind of like the stuff we're talking about right now. And then there's the elements and activities. I did notice there was a typo in here, so apologies for that. I'm sure it's going to make everyone else's eye twitch like it did for me. So in the activities section, there is something where it says a BOSI scan. You might be thinking, what is that? Is that a thing? I will assure you that it is not a thing. What I meant to say is body scan. So that's just this idea of like really checking in with your body, feeling into your body where you might feel tension, where you might feel relief, where you might feel different sorts of sensations, whether it be temperature sensations or tingles or anything like that. So it's just kind of this idea of checking in with your body, what you're feeling and where. There's the important date section. I'm really excited about some of the things that are coming up. We are going to be having the live training this month is going to be on intuitive cartomancy. So that's basically just card reading, which can be really helpful for those who don't kind of connect with traditional tarot, or for those who read tarot more in an intuitive sense rather than like memorizing what all of the meanings are. So we're going to be going into that and like how you can start intuitive reading and how you can figure out how to really connect with your own guidance when it comes to doing intuitive reads, and also how you can start to track things as you go so that you can really kind of get like a solid amount of data on how that works for you individually. So again, there's the Coven Zoom that's going to be on June 21st, which is like kind of exciting because that's Letha, right? So that is the summer solstice. And I was thinking maybe it would be fun on the Coven Zoom to do like a group ritual of some sort, maybe a candle ritual or something similar, and have like everybody who's on the call, all of their energy in the room. I think that would be super fun. Then there's a page on exploring intuitive magic. So this is just like kind of like a fun assignment to try, especially if you're the type of person that maybe does struggle with tapping into your inner guidance or your intuition. This is just a thing where throughout the month, trying to document and track all the different kind of synchronicities and seemingly unrelated coincidences and stuff that happen in your life. When you do this practice, it can be really interesting because you can see sometimes that there's a lot more than we really normally pay attention to. So a lot of this we can kind of take for granted, and this is just kind of a fun exercise to try and write all these things down in an attempt to kind of look back over the last month and be like, holy shit, there's fucking messages all around me. So that is just a fun little thing that you can try. There's the June affirmations. So the affirmations that have to do specifically with your inner guidance and your intuition, and really how it's just so important to trust it. Because, you know, as we go through life, there's shit pulling at us from all over the place, and we can think like, oh, like, am I doing it wrong? Should I listen to this? Like, how should I move? How should I proceed? And we actually have like a lot of really good information that lies within our spirits and our minds and our bodies that we tend to like not prioritize as much as we do other things that we consider external authorities. Then there is a full moon free writing exercise that is really can be a really fun thing to do. A new moon ritual that is conjuring your inner high priestess, which is very very fun. And then there's some shadow work prompts. So just basically trying to uncover our own attitudes, perspective, worldview, etc. when it comes to how we feel about intuition, how we feel about how we are guided, and how we feel about this whole concept of intuitive magic. So that is it. That's all I had to say. Just a quick little overview. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody has to say about this theme, because it's super fun, and it's something that I find to be really foundational, especially when it comes to building your craft. So you guys know that I'm big into using creativity in your own life experiences as probably the most fundamental factor when it comes to creating a practice that can really work for you personally. But intuitive magic is really a part of that as well, because there's a lot that we can get really by following our impulses and by listening to that inner voice, or even at the very least just making space for that inner voice to speak, because there's a lot of fucking noise in the world. There's a lot of noise in our minds. There's a lot of noise that comes with being a person, and sometimes we can really access some amazing information and deep healing when we can make the space to shut all that shit up so that we can hear it. That was it. I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions or whatever. Happy Thursday.